If you have a question for Thomas Booker, please use the raise hand function in the participants panel. Our first question will come from Harold Gutman in the Mercury News. All right, Harold.
Hi, Thomas. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
It seems like on both lines, the players really kind of bulked up from last year to this year. The weight gain on the roster kind of indicative of that. I was just wondering what you guys did to achieve those weight gains, and was it difficult, with such an extended off season?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it was just quarantine and being back home and probably eating good cooking. But no, I think a lot of guys just progressed from year to year, especially like guys who were sophomores going to junior year like me, or freshmen going to sophomore year like Josh Picola. Trey LeBounty had a weight gain too. Tomas did. So I think quarantine, in addition to guys just maturing and being able to hold more weight, kind of just like culminated in us having a higher average weight on the line. And it helps. It gives you a larger margin for error when you're on the line, when you have more weight on you. It just helps the math equation,
Our next question will come from Jacob Rayburn. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Thomas. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You too.
Thanks. So upon review, what stands out to you about your play and the play of your unit on Saturday?
So I think physically, we did take it to the Oregon offensive line. I think that we still could have done better in terms of the ways that we played their blocking scheme. They had a different offensive coordinator, so their blocking techniques were a bit different than what we'd expected or seen during the week. So I think we could have done a better job adjusting to that at halftime or during the first couple quarters, because while we were getting off, they were getting some movement on us just because of the way that they were doing their double teams or their piggyback blocks, their stepaways and comebacks. So just adjusting to that. But in terms of the aggression and the effort, I think it was all there. I think there are definitely some cases where we could have made plays that we didn't end up making, but for a first outing, I think we were aggressive. I don't think anybody was holding anything back. So it was something to build on for sure. But yeah, room for improvement.
So you've just touched on something that was talked about a bit during the offseason, in that two things are going to make it kind of hard to scout opponents. One is the number of new offensive coordinators, new quarterbacks, new head coaches, and then also that there's no non-conference games that everyone's playing that you guys get to watch. And you just mentioned that there were some things you didn't expect to see happen. The mobility of the quarterback, Coach Shaw said, was a little surprising. Can you speak to kind of getting the first taste of that and what it's going to be like probably in multiple other games this year as well?
Yeah, I think it's really imperative that you kind of like see what's going on in the field in the first couple of plays, the first quarter, the first drive, and come back to the sideline with notes. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing about a game, is that you make adjustments as the game goes along, and specifically like when we've been off the field for so long. Plus, we have a lot of teams that have different offensive setups than they have in prior years. It's super important, So I think for us, just being able to be like, all right, like this is what I got. This is the block that I got. I felt like I got off, but he moved me. I don't know why, and maybe calling up to the guys that are in the booth and then being able to see it from a bird's eye view, and making those adjustments is going to be really important for us to have success against a lot of teams that have changed their schemes.
Our next question will come from RJ Abadia with the Bootleg. Go ahead, RJ.
Hey, Thomas. We hear all the time that week 1 to week 2 is a time period where teams really look to move forward. I'm just curious, what are the major talking points for you guys as a defense this week as you move towards Colorado?
I think for us, it's just continued good play. When we were in Oregon, I feel like the first half we played pretty well, got 2 turnovers. We're stopping the run pretty well. And then for whatever reason, in the second half, we kind of let it get away from us, So I think that's the big thing for us. Consistency throughout the entire game and playing excellent and getting takeaways the entire game is going to be big for us. Specifically as the D-line, I think playing like double teams better or recognizing it better is going to be a big key for us this week, just because this is another like very, very powerful rushing offense, so they're going to be trying to go downhill. So us being able to stop the run, rush the passer, and create turnovers is going to be the thing, and doing it the entire game, not just the first half.
And then just one quick follow-up. People talk all the time about the spy in terms of someone being responsible for the quarterback, but what is your job in terms of the quarterback? I mean, obviously you're trying to get to him, but in terms of his run ability, do you guys have keys as defensive linemen that you're supposed to be looking at?
I mean, so it depends on the play, but if I'm playing like it's third down, I'm playing a 5 technique. A lot of the time I'll be going speed to power and basically trying to have the ability to both go outside if he tries to flush outside, or if he tries to step up in the pocket into a B gap, being able to have the flexibility to cover both of those places from the end position. So it changes with whatever specific play we're dialing up. But yeah, it's like the general thing for us. Everybody has their own responsibility. So you kind of have to just know play to play, what is my responsibility? What gap do I have? And what should I be looking for to make sure that the entire pocket is secure and there's not any lapses that allows him to run for 25 and get a first on 3rd and 8, stuff like that.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Harold Gutman once again. Go ahead, Harold.
Yeah, you touched on it a little bit already, but I was hoping to just get your initial impressions of Colorado. I think they're playing the same time as you guys, so I didn't watch their game, but I saw they put up 48, so something must have been going well on offense. I guess what do you guys need to do to slow them down on Saturday?
I think similar to Oregon, they really do rely on like a downhill running attack. So I think that's going to be the big thing for us, proving that we can stop them on the ground so that we force them into 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situations where we can really just tee off on pass rush. So the big thing for us is just going to be being physical the first 2 downs so we can put ourselves in a situation where we can succeed on 3rd and get off the field early and often.
Our next question will come from Daniel Martinez-Krams from the Stanford Daily.
Hey, Thomas, thank you. Just want to ask about pregame attire. Obviously, really cool with the Cardinal Black emblem, had the messaging. Just want to ask about what went into that and what it means to you to be able to have that on the field.
Yeah, it was awesome to be able to kind of express ourselves in a way like that pregame. And just prior to the season, we got to talk to Coach Shaw just about some messages that we wanted to have, the imagery and all that. And I think the equipment guys did a great job of creating some good stuff. And I think a lot of the people that were on the team, we had a wide variety of quotes and phrases to choose from. So everybody got to express themselves in a way they felt comfortable, in a way they felt was poignant enough to get whatever point they had across. So I was super happy the way it came out. And I think it was a pretty powerful display of what can happen when an organization puts their time into something and has a meaningful cause behind it.
Any further questions for Thomas? All right, thank you, Thomas, for your time.
Thank you, guys.